and welcome to Cooking in the Apocalypse. I'm B, this is my kitchen, and today I'm going to make some Osso Bucco with lamb shanks that I found at my grocery store. As you can see, these are my lovely packages of lamb. They came 2 shanks in a package, and I was pretty excited to find them. And I'm going to set up my phone so that I can strip them down, and then I'm going to brown them and throw them in the Instapot. Okay, so once you've rinsed these babies off, see how they have this like crazy outer membrane on them? You want to take that off because you do. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully this isn't going to be all that exciting. Really sharp knife, and then you just kind of work the sharp knife. And you should not be doing this like I'm doing this. You should be having it on a cutting board. So just like, remove as much of this crazy membrane as you can. Okay, so you want to take your sharp knife and stick it point first underneath and just kind of like run along, and then if you get a little meat with it, it's not terrible, but you want to get rid of like all this white stuff, because the fat and this outer layer are what make your lamb taste kind of gamey. So you don't want that. So see how I've got a piece of it like sticking up here, and I've just got my knife like really gently underneath between the skin and the meat, and it's just like you just pull it off. It's kind of gross. All right, so when you're done, your lamb should look like this. So then I'm going to get along to chopping some onions. Knife. I'm going to just peel this back. And of course, because I'm filming this, it doesn't want to peel, but here we go. I did wash my cutting board and my knife before putting these onions on it. And you might want to save the onion skins if you want to make like a stock with them later. I don't know. Then you can like cut this thusly, chop it down. I'll do that with this one. Chop it down the center, and then make these kind of vertical cuts in it before getting the onions out of my way, slicing into little cubes. Because I'm all about flavor, before I'm adding some olive oil to a pan that's been sitting on high on my stove. Let's see, high flame. I'm going to add these onions that I just chopped and brown them first, because I want the meat to have as much flavor as humanly possible. Add those. And then I'm also going to, so I can't do, grind a little pepper in there, and and wait for them to brown a little bit. Okay, so here we go. I have 2 onions. I'm grinding my pepper, because you really actually want to brown your pepper. And if you have dried herbs that you're using, you want to brown them too. So I'm just going to add some dried Herbes de Provence, about, I don't know, tablespoon. It's my go-to. I realize some people hate it, but it is my go-to when I'm like making something like Osso Bucco. It's got all the basics in it, you know. And I'm gonna let those sit. And just kind of caramelize for a minute. Okay, so like I said, I'm one of those crazy people, and for my Osso Bucco, I'm using almost an entire head of garlic because I love it and it mellows and it's great in things like stews. I've got my onions, garlic, pepper, and some dried herbs. They're all like there. And so I'm going to just start adding my meat and turn the temperature back up to high. Maybe 3 babies at a time. And yeah, I'm washing my hands like a million times when I do this, so you just kind of want to get a nice sear on it. Like that. Okay, and you don't need to brown the whole thing. I mean, some people are really, they do, and I'm going to get shit for this, but, ooh, I said that word. But I am, people are going to be like, what? But no, you need to basically, it's just about flavor. So you want to get some, and then I'm just going to toss them. 3 on the bottom of my Instapot. So I got 4 carrots. I'm just going to chop them. And no, I did not take the skins off. That would be silly. And I'm just going to toss those on top of the first 3, which I'll show you in a minute. First 3 shanks. I've also got these 4 stalks of celery that I've cleaned and taken the leaves off of. And here I am tossing them with, like everything else, into my Instapot. I like to add olives also. Some people do, some people don't, but it's my Osso Bucco. There we go. And I've got these beautiful Spanish oil cured olives, and they're really great and flavorful. As you can see, this pan that I've got going on that still has my onions in it, I'm gonna deglaze with a bunch of red wine because I want to capture all of that flavor that I can that they left behind in my pan before I dump it all into my Instapot. Alright, I'm now placing my last 3 lamb shanks, there we go, into the Instapot. And I'm going to dump. Let's see if I can do this without, yep, red wine, garlic, onions, blah, 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 from my pan over the meat. All right, here we go. Also gonna add about, I don't know, a tablespoon and a half of salt. The rest of my bottle of red wine. I've got the large can of diced tomatoes. And you want to make sure it covers everything. All right, and then I'm just going to cover the rest of it with chicken stock to make sure that all of my meat is like completely submerged. And I'm going to poke at it and give it a little bit of a mix there before I put the cover on it. Cover on. As you can see, I've moved my Instapot, and I'm just going to hit, where is it? Meat. All right, and the meat is going to flash, and then I'm just going to add and I've never done this before, so I don't know. Bones, everything. I'm going to let her rip for like 2 hours. That may be too much, but I don't know. Hit on. It's going to heat up, and we'll see what happens. All right, so my Instapot is off, and the steam has come out of it. I'm just going to open up the lid. And, ooh, look at that. That is beautiful. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to plate up some of this. Reaching in here. Oh, look at that. So I've got this beautiful lamb shank that I've got going on. And it's got meat and veggies. And it looks really, really great. And that is how you do Osso Bucco. All right, so we just did Osso Bucco. It was tender and delicious, and welcome to my messy kitchen and my apocalypse diary. I think that's what this is. I don't know. All right, till next time, hope you guys had fun. I did.